What's up? Skateboard here with Mass Appeal. I didn't know that I was getting into music, but I knew that, like, when I was a child, I would listen to all the music that my mom and dad played, driving home at night, or like, what my mom and dad played around the house, or what my aunts were playing in their houses. And then, often, listening to that music as a kid, that music was, it was accompanied by an aroma, an influential aroma. But I was too young to be able to tell you what the difference is. All I know is I remember the smells, and I remember the sounds, and I remember the stars were twinkling pretty hard in the backseat of that Cadillac. But there was always certain sections of songs that would like blow my mind. And then when I turned early teenage years, somewhere between 12 and 15, I heard Bonita Applebum by a Tribe Called Quest. And the whole song just seemed to be like one of the, my favorite parts of songs is like a bridge. The whole song seemed to be like a bridge. And that's when I realized, oh shit, like something's different. Like, what is this? And from then on, I was always focused on, like, me and my friend, his name was Gary Lewis, and Chad, we just were always obsessed with like listening to songs that sort of had that like looping trance-like effect. And Bonita Applebum was like the first time I ever heard that. And from that moment on, I just continued to do whatever I needed to do to make sure I could feel that feeling again musically. And I guess that's when I started making music. So when they reply, it wouldn't be a sci-fi movie, it would be Roots. I'd love to score Roots. Perfection is not too high of a aspiration. Making it better is not a bad thing. Both. And that's because Christopher Nolan is an incredible writer. It was like normalcy. It was like very Normalville, I often joke and say Leave It to Beaver Land, but not quite. Because, it had a lot of its drama too. But Virginia's like a nice place. It's very family, and I wouldn't trade my formative years for anything, because that's Virginia made me. That I love these house. The air and the time. Because the time and the air that was around, and not just the physical air, but the influential things of that time were actually the things that went into their music. Their obsession with like Southern blues singers and black rock artists of the time went into their music, and it was just like, that was like, to me, the fifth member of the Beatles. There's another gentleman that they usually credit as the fifth member, but I'll call the air and the era the sixth member. But I'm like a techie and a Trekkie, because I'm not. I don't know the lovely black woman's name from Star Trek. I named it that because I love the title. Here's the thing. I know more about like NASA's ties to like Star Trek than I know more about the show Star Trek. Because there is an affiliation, by the way. We're not just like the symbol and NASA symbol. But if you go to like any of the NASA places, they actually sell all the Star Trek memorabilia. There's a very interesting tie there. But the demolecularizer thing was incredible. For the conspiracy theorists out there in the world, name a device that was used on the original 60s series of Star Trek that has not come to fruition now. Just saying. The old Looney Tunes. Come on. Ben and Jerry's Red Velvet Cake Ice Cream. Unbelievable. Center of attention, a riot is bound to be. My family, everything I ever wanted, and God. Yo, it's Skateboard again with Mass Appeal. I don't know what the fuck you doing.